Hi everyone, my name's Julie Kruger and I am the owner of Kruger Immigration Law. We are a boutique immigration law firm headquartered in Buffalo, New York, and we love helping our clients achieve their dreams without borders. We handle business immigration, family immigration, basically all kinds of immigration cases. If you have an immigration case that you'd like to speak with me about, give me a call. My phone number is 716-393-9878. You can email me at julie@krugerimmigrationlaw.com, and you can find me on the web and submit an inquiry through our website at www.krugerimmigrationlaw.com. We'd love to speak with you. We offer a free case evaluation, so if you have an immigration matter, job offer in the U.S., want to sponsor a family member, give me a call. Today we're going to talk a little bit about the process of sponsoring a family member for permanent residence in the United States, and the first step of that process, the petition for alien relative. So if you are a U.S. citizen or a lawful permanent resident of the United States, you can sponsor a parent, spouse, child under 21, or sibling, brother or sister, for permanent residence in the United States. And what permanent residence means is that that person has the right to live and work in the United States permanently. And commonly that's called being a green card holder. The technical immigration term is a lawful permanent resident. So basically the first step of the process is this petition for alien relative. It's a petition that gets filed with U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services. And there's two parties in this petition. One is the petitioner, who is the U.S. citizen or lawful permanent resident who wants to sponsor their family member. And the other party is the beneficiary. And the beneficiary is the foreign national who is being sponsored. So basically the petitioner files the petition with all of the required forms and supporting documentation with USCIS and at the correct office. And the purpose of the petition is to establish to the USCIS, U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services, that the petitioner is in fact a U.S. citizen or a green card holder. The relationship between the petitioner and the beneficiary, that is that the parent-child relationship, the spouse relationship, brother-sisters, and that the identity of the beneficiary, their name, their date and place of birth, and that if in the case of spouses, the beneficiary's relationship with the petitioner is a bona fide relationship. So showing that the marriage is real, it's not just for immigration purposes that the couple is getting married. So in the forms that go along with this, is the I-130, the petition for alien relative, and in the case of spouses, also the I-130A, the supplemental form that has additional information about the beneficiary. So if you're a parent-child relationship or brother-sister, you're just doing the I-130. In the case of spouses, you're adding on an additional form, the I-130A. And on the forms, basically they're asking for basic information about each of the parties. Name, date and place of birth, immigration status, address history, employment history, immigration history, and all of that information then all has to be supported by supporting documentation. So you need to prove that you are a U.S. citizen or a green card holder by submitting a copy of your passport or birth certificate or green card. You need to prove the identity of the beneficiary by submitting a copy of their birth certificate, not just the regular birth certificate, but the long form one that has both parents' names on it, date and place of birth. And you have to submit proof of that relationship between the two parties. So if it's a spouse case, the marriage certificate. If it's a parent-child relationship, then the beneficiary's birth certificate. Brothers, sisters, both birth certificates to show same parents. So whatever the relationship is, documenting that evidence, documenting that relationship with supporting evidence is really critical. And then if it is a spouse, you have to document that it's a bona fide relationship, showing how did you meet, how did you fall in love. We have all of our clients do personal statements and submit really detailed packages to show their relationship over time so that we can really demonstrate that this is a real relationship and does meet the qualifications for immigration benefits. All of your evidence, the forms, all the documentation, go all together in the same package right from the beginning, and that's really critical. USCIS used to, they would send out a request for evidence if you didn't submit some part of the documentation that was required. No longer will they do that. They will now reject your petition if it's not filed correctly the first time, wasting your time. So if you want your case to process as fast and smooth as possible, it's really critical to get it correct the first time that you submit it. So, and that's really one of the areas where hiring an immigration lawyer can help you avoid getting those rejections and delays, and get your case get your case filed properly the first time with all the correct supporting documentation, the marriage certificate, the birth certificate that's in the long form format for the particular country that your beneficiary is coming from. All those things really matter and really help your case process as fast and smooth as possible. So, when you're doing this paperwork and you're thinking about whether or not you want to hire an immigration attorney, that's one of the reasons that you would do it, is to make sure you get it done correctly the first time. So, and all of your paperwork, when you submit that initial package, USCIS only accepts paper. You can't send them your wedding video. You can't send them screenshots or email in information. Everything has to be printed out and submitted along with the petition. And the other thing to know when you're submitting your petition is that if there's anything not in English, you need to submit that with a translation. And that translation needs to be certified. It needs to be done by somebody who speaks both language, is fluent in both languages, is competent to translate, and certifying that it's a true and accurate translation. So you submit everything into USCIS, and then they issue their decision. So those are some basic tips and tricks for filing the petition for alien relative, the I-130. If you are thinking about sponsoring your family member for a green card for permanent residence in the United States, give us a call. We'd love to speak with you about the process. Our phone number again is 716-393-9878. You can email me at julie@krugerimmigrationlaw.com, and you can find me on the web at www.krugerimmigrationlaw.com. We'd love to speak with you and see if we can help you sponsor your relative.